This is not a story for kids. If you're watching this alone at night, stop typing, because this story begins the moment words start changing without your permission. I was just trying to finish a school assignment. Nothing strange, nothing dark, until my writing began to make mistakes. I never make capital letters where they didn't belong. At first, I erased them. I should have stopped there. I fixed the mistakes. I told myself it was stress, lack of sleep, but it happened again, this time while I was typing online. My fingers hit the shift key without me touching it. Letters jumped into capitals, like they were being pulled upward. I stopped typing, read it again, and that's when I saw it. The capital letters weren't random. They were spelling something. Glad we have your attention. This is not fiction. This is a warning. If you're under 18, stop watching now. I thought it was a glitch, a mistake. But the capital letters weren't random anymore. They were watching me. Every sentence I wrote, they answered back. You will help us. When I tried to erase the words, pain exploded through my hand. Not normal pain, the kind that feels like your bones are screaming. That's when I realized something terrifying. I wasn't writing anymore. I was being used. And then they gave me the first command, a command written in blood. What I did next wasn't a choice. It was an order. This is not for children. This is real horror. The message appeared slowly, one letter at a time. Get a ceramic bowl. I laughed nervously.
Because how could words on paper control me?
But my hands were already moving. I brought the bowl, sat back down, and continued writing. The next words made my stomach drop. Place a book inside. I tried to stop. I swear I tried. But the pain came back, stronger than before. My fingers burned. My vision blurred, so I obeyed. Then came the next command, burn it. And that's when I understood. This wasn't communication. It was a ritual. They didn't hesitate this time. The words carved themselves into the page. Burn it. My hands were shaking, but my body moved like it wasn't mine anymore. I struck a match. The book caught fire instantly, like it had been waiting for this. Then the next message appeared. Feed it. I whispered on with what? The answer came slowly, deliberately. Blood. Before I could think, the pen sliced my finger. Ink and blood mixed together and dripped onto the burning pages. The fire didn't grow. It listened. A low hum filled the room, so deep it vibrated my bones. The walls trembled. The air turned cold, and something beneath the bowl started to move. The humming grew louder, so loud, it felt like my organs were melting inside me. I dropped to my knees. The fire suddenly went out, but the bowl was still glowing. From inside it, something unfolded. Not alive, not dead. A black paper-thin tendril crawled out, sliding over the edge of the bowl and sinking into the wooden floor. The wood rotted instantly. I tried to scream, but my voice wouldn't come out. Then the writing started again. This is only the beginning. I looked at my hands. They were older, wrinkled, shaking, and I realized with horror, every command was taking something from me. The next message came a week later. I didn't write it. It wrote me. Do it again. A different book this time. New fire, new offering. When it was over, another tendril crawled from the bowl and disappeared into the floor. Outside my window, the tree lost its leaves overnight. The wood beneath my feet turned soft, wet, rotting. I touched my face. My skin sagged. Gray strands fell into the sink. I was aging, and the words returned. This is the price. I stopped going to school, stopped answering messages. All I did was write. Not words, instructions. Every 7 days, the bowl demanded more. A fingernail, a tooth, a strip of skin. Each time I obeyed, the tendrils multiplied. They spread beneath the house, under the walls, deep into the earth. Animals stopped coming near. The air felt dead, and then the message changed. You are almost done. That's when I understood. This wasn't feeding them. I was building something. I tried to stop. The pain returned instantly. It felt like my bones were splitting from the inside, like something was tearing its way out through my nerves. I screamed. The writing didn't stop. My hand moved on its own. Finish what you started. Blood dripped onto the page. The bowl began to hum again, louder than before. The walls vibrated. The tendrils pulsed, thickening, breathing, and for the first time, I heard a voice, not in my head, behind me. Every time I wrote, my hand felt less like mine. The letters dragged themselves across the page, slow, heavy, alive. I tried to stop once, just once. The pain came back immediately, sharper than before. Not just in my hand this time, in my chest, like something inside me was being squeezed, testing how much I could take. The message appeared again, calm and patient. You are learning. That's when I realized the truth. They weren't forcing me anymore. They were training me. I stopped looking at mirrors. The face staring back at me wasn't keeping up with my thoughts. My eyes looked older, tired, like they'd already seen the end. When I wrote now, I didn't wait for the messages. They came faster before the sentence was even finished. Sometimes I could feel the next word forming in my head before my hand moved. That scared me more than the pain ever did, because it meant they were no longer speaking to me. They were thinking through me. I tried to stop writing. I locked my hands under the desk and counted my breaths. That's when the pen rolled toward me just by itself. The paper was already marked, deep grooves like words had been pressed. From the other side, when I touched it, my fingers went numb. Not pain, obedience. The sentence finished itself in my head, calm and certain. This is how it spreads, and I finally understood. They never needed my blood. They needed my attention. I covered the page. I closed my eyes. I told myself none of this was real, but the room answered anyway. The walls creaked closer, like they were listening. Behind me, something inhaled, slow, patient. The paper rustled once. When I looked back down, one new line was waiting. You are ready now. My hand moved on its own. I wasn't thinking anymore. The pen felt warm, like it was alive. Each word made the air heavier. The light above me flickered once, twice, then stayed dim. I tried to stop writing. Pain bloomed in my fingers. Not sharp. Worse, a warning. So I kept going. And somewhere beneath the floor, something answered back. The walls began to whisper. Not voices, breaths. Slow, patient. The bowl vibrated with a low hum. Ink bled through the paper without touching it. My name wasn't mine anymore. They were closer now. I could feel them reading me. The way I read the page. The whispers stopped all at once. Silence pressed against my ears. Then the bowl cracked. Something inside it smiled. The room tilted like I was being turned over. I wasn't alone anymore. I was being kept. I tried to scream. No sound came out. The walls leaned closer, breathing slow, patient. Under the bed, the red eyes blinked one by one. They weren't watching me anymore. They were waiting for permission. Then I felt it. A hand not touching my skin, but my shadow. It grabbed me before I could run. That's when I understood. This thing didn't live under the bed. It lived inside the room. The lights started flickering on their own. Every blink felt slower, heavier. With each flicker, the room changed. The walls felt closer, and something whispered my name, right behind my ear. I found a page I don't remember writing. It was already finished. Neat, calm, final. It said the room was ready, that I was the last component. The bowl stopped humming. The silence felt satisfied. I tried to leave the room. The door wouldn't open. Not locked. Refusing. The floor beneath me pulsed once, like a heartbeat. Then the message appeared, slow and gentle. Stay. I sat back down. Not because I wanted to, because the room relaxed when I did. The air warmed. The pressure eased. That's when I understood the rule. As long as I obeyed, nothing else had to suffer. That's when I decided to do it wrong. I wrote slower. I misspelled words on purpose. I thought maybe mistakes could confuse them. The room froze. The air turned sharp. And for the first time, they sounded angry. The pain came back. Not in my hand. In my thoughts. Memories twisted. My name felt wrong in my head. They weren't punishing me. They were erasing me. One sentence at a time. If you're hearing this, then it worked. I broke the pattern. Not by stopping, but by finishing it wrong. The last sentence matters. They can't stand endings they didn't choose. So listen carefully. If letters ever start speaking back, don't answer. Don't finish the thought. And whatever you do, don't give them your attention.